To understand today's article, I will give you the idea behind it. So there was a TV series called Daredevil by Marvel, and I was watching it, and in one of the scenes there was the hero and a lady who was his friend. She wasn't a very good person. Let's say that she did some bad things, and she gave into evil, and she became a quite toxic person for a while. And in that scene, she was about to give up on herself and about to give in to evil. She desperately told our hero that, like, she was justifying why she could give up on herself and give in to the evil. She told him something like, "But they said I'm the black sky." The black sky was something bad, without going into details. Okay? And I loved the way that he responded to her while she was saying that. He basically told her in a confident, in an assertive way, yet in a compassionate way, that they don't get to tell you who you are. They don't get to tell you who you are. And I wrote the article based on that, based on the idea that other people, especially people who see the worst in you, don't get to tell you who you are. In the article, I talked about setting boundaries with other people. I talked also about the types of people in your life. There are people who only see the worst in you. There are your friends who see your bad side and your good side. And then there is your own opinion about yourself. I talked about how the people who see only the worst of you, opinions should not be considered because you're not just your worst side. Okay, there is this idea that your friends also see the worst in you, but they still love you and accept you as you are. And your opinion should not be based on the opinion of the people who don't care about you. And I also talked about the boundaries, setting boundaries. But the main idea or the main reason I'm shooting this video right now is to discuss another idea in that article that I have mentioned as well. I talked about setting boundaries with other people, but I also talked about setting boundaries with your own self. The same way you have to set boundaries when you deal with other people, and at the same time, you need to see yourself as someone valuable and someone who is worthy of respect and worthy of so many good things. Okay, this might sound cliche to some people, but another way to explain it and to illustrate it is to think about how you treat the people that you love in your life. How do you treat the person that you love the most and that you care about? And the people that you're responsible for? Maybe it's your mother, maybe it's your father, maybe it's your sister, brother, daughter, son, partner, best friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband, whoever that person is. How do you treat them? How do you act towards them when they're sick? How do you wish they spend their day? Would you be okay if they procrastinate? Would you be okay if they wasted their time? Would you be okay if they neglected their health? Would you be okay if they gave up on their dreams? That would not be okay with you, and you would not accept it. And you would do your best to ensure that they get the best in this life. You would take care of them, you would wish them well, and you would get upset if they just like started acting in ways that are not in their best interest. And you would tell them, sometimes in an angry way and sometimes in a compassionate way. You would tell them and you would give them a piece of advice from the deepest point in your heart because you care about them, because you love them. And if one day they got sick, I'm sure that you could just stop everything and be around them, taking care of them and making sure they take the medicine and making sure that they get enough rest and so on. And making sure that also when they struggle and when they fail, you will not call them names. You will not tell them that they are failures. You will not tell them just to give up on themselves. You will not tell them how ugly they are. So why would you do the same with yourself? Why would you treat yourself? Why would you treat yourself in a way that lacks respect in this way? Why would you procrastinate, knowing that you have important dreams to achieve? Why would you spend your life carelessly, without having goals and ambitions and habits in order to make your life better? Why do you give up on your dreams? Why do you call yourself names when you fail? Why do you give up on yourself? Why do you tell yourself you're not good? All of these behaviors and words and way of act and behaviors and words are violation to your boundaries with yourself. So you need to think of your relationship with yourself as someone separate, and you need to think and believe that this person is worthy of respect and this person is a person you love and you take care of. If that is difficult to imagine, do what we have just done. Imagine someone you love and imagine how you would treat them and then treat yourself the same way. It is sometimes difficult to think in good ways to treat ourselves, and it would become easier if we were able to think about someone we love, because that would give us what we would do in similar situations. So your boundaries with yourself consist of this, because the main idea behind the boundary, when you set it with people around you, is that it's based on your needs, based on what you want, and based on your self-respect. To tell them that this boundary is based on who I am, what I need, what I want, and my own self-respect. The same should be with yourself. Treat yourself the same way. Talk to yourself like quite literally, out loud. Tell yourself what you will accept and what you will not accept, and allow yourself also to tell you that this was disrespectful. This is not good for me. This is not for my best interest. Have this relationship with yourself and then set boundaries. Boundaries that are based on self respect and the good in mind. That's just one, that's a part of the article that was essential in order for you to stop believing the opinions of of the people who see only the worst in you. So consider it and consider the bigger picture of not allowing people to tell you who you are. All the best.